Welcome, friends. I'm Rev Leigh Anne Armstrong, and this is Gimme 5. If you'll give me 5 minutes, I'll do my best to give you a spiritual deep breath to begin your week with. This week's reading is from the 18th chapter of Genesis, an example of hospitality in a time and place when an open door could mean the difference between life and death in the desert. The Lord appeared to Abraham by the oaks of Mamre as he sat at the entrance of his tent in the heat of the day. He looked up and saw 3 men standing near him. When he saw them, he ran from the tent entrance to meet them and bowed down to the ground. He said, "My Lord, if I find favor with you, do not pass by your servant. Let a little water be brought, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. Let me bring a little bread, that you may refresh yourselves, and after that you may pass on, since you have come to your servant." So they said, "Do as you have said." And Abraham hastened into the tent to Sarah and said, "Make ready quickly 3 measures of choice flour, knead it, and make cakes." Abraham ran to the herd and took a calf, tender and good, and gave it to the servant who hastened to prepare it. Then he took curds and milk and the calf that he had prepared and set it before them, and he stood by them under the tree while they ate. This story highlights one of Judaism's traditional key virtues, haknasat or kim, which we would call hospitality. Because of people's extreme dependence on the provision of others in the pre-modern world, confidence in the goodness of strangers and their welcome was key to survival in an unforgiving environment. The Talmud even says that to welcome a guest is greater than welcoming the divine presence. Likewise, in the Christian New Testament, Jesus cautioned his disciples that the hospitality or welcome they offered anyone was the welcome they would have offered to him. In the parable he told, those who had been commended for their welcome said, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?" He told them, "The king will reply, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me.'" Here Jesus establishes clearly and emphatically that open-hearted and open-handed generosity, a spirit of hospitality, is also a Jesus value. But if you're like me, you are wondering how you transform your thinking about hospitality and welcome from seeing them as acts we do to lifestyles we embody. How do we get there? And all I can think is that before I live with an open door, I must acclimate myself to living with a broken heart. Now, if you're like me, the world lately has already broken your heart plenty. But friends, once our hearts are broken, they are also by definition broken open. And once our hearts are broken open, we can begin welcoming in the friend, the neighbor, the stranger, the ones the world decides are the least. We can wait there at the door of our tent in the heat of the day with our broken open hearts, scanning the horizon for travelers who are counting on our open hearts, our open doors, our cool water and bread under our oak tree in the heat of the day, counting on our broken hearts. Beloved, as you go and go, you will know this. Your heart, the world has broken, doesn't have to be broken down or broken apart. It can be broken open, ready to embody the generosity and hospitality of radical welcome. Beloved, let your broken heart hold the world. Amen.